Alright, as promised, it's time for the beginning of a brand new series on this channel, being the Dex Holders Teams Explained. I'll be covering all the Pokemon that they've owned and used, except for any Pokemon that are not included in their listing in the Pokespepedia. So that means no temporary uses and no one-off occasion uses. Starting off this series, we have the original main character, of course, Red. So without further ado, let's begin. Starting off Red's team, we have Poly the Poliwrath, Red's first ever Pokemon. His gender is male, it is level 80, has the ability Damp, and has the brave nature. Red got Poly as a Poliwag pre-beginning of the series. It evolved into Polywhirl pre-series as well, in order to save Red from drowning in a pond as a child. Polywhirl evolved into Poliwrath in chapter 11 with the use of a water stone under the Vermilion City Sea, once again in order to save Red from drowning. Poly has used a total of 9 moves throughout the series, being Water Gun, Ice Beam, Double Team, Seismic Toss, Double Slap, Dynamic Punch, Focus Punch, Mind Reader, and Brick Break. As much as I joke I dislike Poly, he isn't actually that bad of a Pokemon, especially considering he's Red's first Pokemon, and he's been sacrificing himself for the team since the beginning. So yeah, great Pokemon. Next up, we have Saur the Venusaur. He's a male at level 84 with the ability Overgrowth and the gentle nature. It also has access to Mega Evolution. Red got Bulbasaur in chapter 2 as a gift from Professor Oak after seeing his potential skills as a trainer. It evolved into an Ivysaur in chapter 15 after it got enough XP in a battle. And it evolved into a Venusaur in chapter 33 whilst helping in the final attack to take down Team Rocket. As I said, it can Mega Evolve, and it did so in chapter 607. Saur has used a total of 10 moves throughout the series, being Tackle, Vine Whip, Solar Beam, Leech Seed, Razor Leaf, Cut, Poison Powder, Sweet Scent, and Frenzy Plant. Saur is an all-in-all good Pokemon, and it being Red's starter, most likely as a reference to the original artwork of Pokemon Red and Green, is super cool. I wish we got to see how Red got the Mega Stone for Venusaur, but I guess having it is better than not having it at all. Next up, we have Pika the Pikachu. At this point, I'm sure you can guess, Red's not the most creative with nicknames. He's a male, at level 88, has the ability Static, and has the nature of Sassy. Red caught Pikachu in chapter 4 after seeing it cause trouble for the citizens of Viridian City. And of course, as the mascot, it has never evolved. Out of all of Red's Pokemon, Pikachu has used the most moves, being a total of 13 throughout the whole series, being Thundershock, Quick Attack, Flash, Thunder Wave, Thunder, Toxic, Substitute, Surf, Bide, Rage, Iron Tail, and its signature move, Volt Tackle. It wouldn't be a Pokemon series if at least one of the main characters didn't have a Pikachu, and fortunately, like all the other Pikachu, this one's a joy to see. I really like how Pikachu was more mischievous in the start of the series, but as the series goes on, he starts to mellow out a lot. Also, fun fact, it's actually a dad. Now for Red's Pokemon that gets arguably the least amount of spotlight, being Snore the Snorlax. His gender is also male, and is level 89, has the ability Immunity, and also has the nature of Impish. Red caught Snorlax in chapter 12 in order to clear the pathway for the bike race. Snore has used a total of 11 moves throughout the series, being Mega Punch, Strength, Headbutt, Harden, Double Edge, Toxic, Belly Drum, Rest, Mega Kick, Tackle, and Earthquake. Snore is a really cool Pokemon and a great addition to Red's squad, but as I said, he doesn't get much time to shine, but when he does, he really puts in the work. Also, if we're going by levels, Snore is Red's strongest Pokemon. Now we have Gyara the Gyarados. He's a male at level 84, has the ability Intimidate, and has the nature Lonely. Red was given Gyarados from Misty in chapter 25 in order to help him cross the seas. He traded it with her for a Krabby he caught. Gyara has used a total of 6 moves throughout the series, being Hydro Pump, Hyper Beam, Surf, Bite, Dragon Rage, and Body Slam. Gyara's story is actually pretty interesting, with it being a Pokemon controlled by Team Rocket in the past, but with the help of Red getting back on the right track, then eventually joining Red's team, with the other members initially being scared of him due to what happened in the past. However, now they're all one happy family. It also makes me sad to see he's got a lonely nature. Lastly, of Red's team of 6, we have Aero the Aerodactyl. He's a male at level 85, has the ability Rockhead, and has the nature of Hasty. Red got Aero as an old Amber in chapter 23 that was given to him by Giovanni. He then revived it into an Aerodactyl in chapter 26 in order to gain a Pokemon that can fly to fight against Moltres. Aero has used a total of 5 moves throughout the series, being Hyper Beam, Fly, Supersonic, Takedown, and Dragon Claw. Aero is a cool Pokemon, and the way it flies Red around like it's his own pair of wings is super cool to see. It's also nice seeing a trainer with Aerodactyl in general, since it's a Pokemon that doesn't get shown much. Would have been cool to see it use a Mega Evolution as well. Now we move on to the Pokemon in Red's box. Starting us off, we have the most popular, being V the Espeon. V is a male at level 65 with the ability Synchronize. Its nature is mild. Red caught V in chapter 20 as he was tasked by Erica to catch it. They would soon find out that V was actually experimented on by Team Rocket, making it sick as it was genetically unstable. However, it had the ability to temporarily evolve into Flareon, Jolteon, and Vaporeon. Eventually, Red would manage to evolve V permanently into an Espeon sometime before chapter 115, which made it lose its ability to evolve temporarily, but it was still happy. V has used 3 moves as an Espeon: 1 Morning Sun, 2 Psychic, and 3 Psych Up. 1 move as a Flareon, being Flamethrower, 2 moves as Vaporeon, being Water Gun and Acid Armor. As an Eevee trainer myself, I'm definitely biased towards V, but I'm pretty sure we can all agree an Eevee that can temporarily evolve is a very cool idea, and Espeon is also one of my favorite evolutions as well. Now we have 3 more members that I'm going to combine into one part just to speed things up, as well as the fact that they're very minor members. We have Diglett, Sandshrew, and Nidorino. All Pokemon Red owns but has only used once or not at all. However, because the Pokespedia lists them, I'm going to include them as well. Diglett was caught sometime after chapter 18, Sandshrew was caught sometime before chapter 23, and Nidorino was caught in chapter 1. In fact, it was the first Pokemon we ever see get caught in the manga. Diglett is level 33, Sandshrew is level 31, and Nidorino is a whopping level 52. How it got that strong without Red even using it once, I have no idea. Diglett has the ability Sand Veil, Sandshrew also has the ability Sand Veil, and Nidorino has the ability Poison Point. Diglett has the docile nature, Sandshrew has the hardy nature, and Nidorino has the bold nature. Diglett only has 1 move that we know of, being Dig. The same goes for Sandshrew, with his only known move being Sand Attack. And lastly, for Nidorino, we don't know any of its moves. Fun fact about Red's team actually, he doesn't own any female Pokemon, with all of the Pokemon he owns being male. And that's all the Pokemon Red officially owns. Some of you will probably be wondering about the Pokemon in the Safari Zone, but none of them are listed in the page, so they won't be counting for this video. The only notable thing about the bunch is how they tried to kill Red when he first met them. It's also funny how Red caught a Nidoqueen and multiple Nidoking, but he never used them at all. I guess that could be because he returned them, or they're just sitting in his box somewhere. So, what's your opinion on Red's team? Which one of his Pokemon is your favorite, and have you used any of them in your Pokemon playthroughs before? Let me know in the comment section down below. Now with all that said and done, make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.